We're recording. We're good to go.
Great. Okay.
So let's start from the beginning, all right?
Okay.
So we're going to be talking about Facebook and Facebook leads. So let's start from just the top and work our way down. The first thing is that when we are on our phones and we're just checking things, you know that Facebook and Meta in general, Instagram and Facebook, they're able to really know how fast your scrolls are. So they're able to see and figure out, hey, if you scroll that fast, you're gonna stop after how many, what is the word I'm looking for? After how many content or how many posts. So you can scroll that quick and then be able to get to a certain post, and they are able to calculate this. So they put ads in between your scrolls. So there is an ad for every, on average, 3 to 4 scrolls. Now, what we do is that we utilize this technology so we can be able to put our ads on Meta and be able to market what we do to prospects out in the community. And we're able to put those in a certain number of miles. So for example, we're here right now in Beaverton, and when we put a Facebook ad, we're doing it for about 3 miles or 5 miles. So anybody within 5 miles from us, if they are scrolling and they're interested in a certain topic, like for example, hey, I'm interested in sports, or I'm interested in solutions for knee pain, then we're able to market solutions for knee pain. If somebody's interested in, for example, I get ads all the time on outdoor sports wear, right? So every time I scroll, every 3, 4, I get some sponsored by so-and-so, and they're selling me some outdoor sportswear. Once you take a look at this, you're like, okay, well, I can do this within 3 miles, 5 miles, 10 miles, 20 miles, or just open it to the entire US. Now, we're really focused on doing it within our community, somewhere between 3 and 5 miles. Now, not everybody's going to buy from the first time, right? But at the same time, the more you're able to look at things and get familiar with, the more likely are you're going to click on it because you're more interested in it. I know we were talking earlier and I was like, yeah, you know, I buy everything pretty much off of Instagram now, because I go through it and then all of a sudden I'm like, huh, yeah, I've been looking at this for quite some time. You know what? I'm going to click on it. Let's see what it feels like and what it's going to look like on me. And I just buy it. On the other hand, there are certain guys that I've been following online for the last 7 or 8 years, and I haven't bought from them yet. But guess what? Eventually, one day I'm going to buy from them because I've been watching their stuff for the last 7 years. So the more people are going to be familiar with our services, our products, the more likely they are going to click on it. Now, let's get to the meat and potato of things. Once they click on it, what is going to happen? We're going to have just 3 or 4 steps for them to ask for a consultation. This is called the registration process. So once they click on the ad, we're going to say, welcome, are you interested in scheduling a consultation for example, Shockwave? So they're going to say yes. So you click on yes. Are you 18 or older? Yes. Name, phone number, email. They actually type this information and click register. The minute they register, we get this information now. So we get an email that is going to say, Brenda Johnson just requested a consultation for Shockwave. Now, as soon as this happens, we want to respond to them within 2 minutes. The key is always going to be 2 minutes. If we wait 5+ minutes, the likelihood of converting them to becoming a patient is pretty much almost close to 0. So the first 2 minutes, they need to be contacted. And we contact them with an auto text that usually the marketing company sets up. Now, the second contact is going to be from us. So the following day, we call them and say, hey, thank you so much for contacting us. So this is going to be task number 1 that we're going to do now. Thank you so much for contacting us, and you're interested in Shockwave. when is a good day for you to schedule a consultation and what are the best times for you? And they're going to say, okay, well, and then you can go through the scheduling process and it's going to be about 20 to 30-minute consultation. Now, we all know that technology doesn't work all the time. And the fact that we're here at this time right now is a great example of that.
Yeah, so true.
It's so true, right? So when you do this, make sure you test it first on a coworker or on someone that you are gonna, like somebody who's gonna trust you, is gonna give you feedback before you do it for the first time with a client or with a patient.
Okay.
Right? So that way you know what bugs you need to do. Like, this is my first time ever, by the way, sending any kind of a link for Teams to anybody via text message. So guess what? It didn't work.
Yeah.
So I had to send it a couple of times. So always make sure that you test it once or twice before you go ahead and send it to somebody that you don't know, because not everybody's going to wait for you for 2-3 minutes until you're able to figure out the tech stuff. Because we all just get bored and we just move on.
Yeah.
Right. Like, for example, like you're on your lunch break right now. I know that, but at the same time, you don't want to wait your whole lunch break just waiting for Mark to log in, because it's going to get you frustrated. And thank you for your patience, by the way. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah, no, thank you for sending out another link. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. So the minute that they log in, we have 20 minutes right now to really know whether this is going to be a consult that is going to convert or a consult that is not going to convert. So I always start with a really brief introduction. Hi, my name is Mark. I'm one of the CAs or one of the patient coordinators or one of the chiropractors here at the Wellness Center. And today we're going to have a 20-minute consultation to go over all of your issues and see where they're coming from and what we can do to help you out. This is going to set up the tone for what's going to come next. They know that they have only 20 minutes. They know here is what you need to talk about, and you got to talk about it fast, because we're not going to be talking about the rest of their issues because we have time. Now, next step is tell me what's going on. Oh, I have knee pain. I have low back pain. Well, thank you for sharing that. I appreciate this. Now, how long have you had it? What have you done before? What has worked? What hasn't worked? So, how long have you had it? What have you done to treat it? What has worked in the past? What has not worked in the past? And now, what is your goal? What do you want to do? Like right now, you're not able to go upstairs to the second floor. So what is it that you really want to do in the next 3 months? Do you want to be able to go a flight of stairs, or do you want to be able to run a marathon? Because we want to set real expectations for what we can do to help you out. Now, I'm going to take all of this information, I'm going to run it by our doctors and see what we can do to help you out. Do you have a partner or a spouse or somebody who's going to be part of that decision-making process? Because guess what? This is going to require energy, time, and money, because some of the therapies are not going to be covered by insurance and some are going to be covered by insurance. Now, I'm giving the patient all the information that we have so far. I don't want to hide anything away from them. Right? If we do an exam with the doctor, yeah, some is going to be covered. Not all of it is going to be covered. If they recommend something like Shockwave is not going to be covered. But at least we know what's wrong and we know what you need to do and what the next steps are going to be. And if the doctor cannot help you out, I have seen it in the past, they refer you to somebody who can help you out. Now, in order for us to get from the registration to that consult, because the consult is really important and it's super easy. But in order for us to get from registration to the consult, we have to contact the patient minimum 3 times. So the first time is going to be, hi, this is Mark. I'm here from the Wellness Center. So excited that you reached out and wanted to get a couple of days and times so we can be able to schedule a consult and be able to pin a time for you. And then I'm going to set a reminder 1 day out. I'm going to send her another reminder 30 minutes out, and I'm going to send another reminder 5 minutes out.
Mm-hmm.
Now, does everybody respond right away?
No.
It's not a trick question. Oh,
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know if you're asking me. Yeah, no.
Right?
No, they don't.
So not everybody responds right away. So guess what?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to continue to contact every lead 3 times a day for the first 3 days. And then after that, we can contact them once a day for about a week. And then we stop. We don't just stop, but we stop contacting them periodically. We put them on another list, and then guess what? We give that list back to the marketing company, and they do something called retargeting. So guess what the retargeting is? You send the same ad to the same people, but it costs cheaper. Costs less money. And then they continue doing that until they register again. And then you start the same cycle all over again.
Okay.
All right. Do you have an understanding now for what we need to do?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, it'll be helpful that because this is recorded, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. So I can watch this over. Yeah, and get it get it a little bit better. But yeah, it does. It makes sense. And it seems
Okay.
very efficient, like a good way to make contact, build that kind of that relationship, and get them to buy into it. If I have like their partner or significant other there with them, they can't use that as an excuse to, leave and not come back. Right. So yeah, they're a little bit more committed, I think.
Right. Oh,
yeah.
So yeah, this has actually brought up some really, really good points. So bringing a partner with you is really important. So thank you for reminding me of that. Bring a partner with you who's going to be part of the decision-making process. Because it's very, very difficult to explain things to you and have you explain it to your partner. Or there are going to be certain things that you're going to require an accountability partner with you. And we would love for that accountability partner to be with you during that consultation.
Okay.
And, or is there anybody who's going to help you out on the financial aspect? Who's going to pay? Like, we want to know the stuff up front, because again, I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to waste my time either.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right. And then the second one is going to be, again, we're talking about objections here. So for people that want to, most people don't object, but in case somebody objects, I always recommend sending people information and research paper up front. Hey, I'm going to send you some research and I want you to look up these therapies before you come in so you're familiar with what's going to happen. And if you need any more research, let me know before you come in. So that way they have all the research. And then if you need any research about the treatments, you can ask one of the docs to send you some PDFs. Each PDF is going to have studies that are going to be like 30, 40, 50 pages that you can send it to them. It's going to be like a textbook. And guess what? At the end of the day, not everybody reads. Like, nobody's going to be able to really grasp all this information. And then the third objection is going to be, I got to think about it. If somebody says to me, I got to think about it, I always say, hey, listen, you already thought about it, you're already here.
Mhm.
So what, you already made a decision, you're here, what else do you need? And I'm so sorry if I give you too much information. Is there anything that I could answer for you? Or what is it that you really want to do? What is your goal? Do you really want to be able to do that marathon in the next 3 months? So I always refer it back to the goals. That's why I asked them about the goals earlier. So when this comes up, I'm able to actually go in and talk to them about the goals right away.
Mhm.
Those are like the 3 main objections. Other than that, I don't really see a lot of other objections besides, oh, I got to talk to my spouse. I got to think about it. I need more research.
Mhm.
Yeah, because down the road is going to be like, I don't have money. And then for that, then there is like, that's a completely different conversation.
And you had mentioned something about making them feel like they have to earn the right to be our patient, or you said something like that, and that might have been where we got cut off.
Yes,
Right?
the first time.
Yeah.
Not the second time.
Yeah.
So when we talk to the patient for the first time and I introduce myself, I'm going to say, so I want to know what exactly is bothering you. And then we're going to see whether you qualify for the care that we give here and whether we're going to accept you as a patient in our office.
Hmm.
It is so crucial to just let the patient know that, hey, we don't take everybody in here. We're very selective. So we want to know what is going on with you to see if you are a fit case for our doctors to be able to treat you and give you the best care.
Okay.
It's so important. Like, it's such a very minute point, but it actually like goes miles and miles. We want to see whether we can accept you as a patient of ours.
Okay. Yeah, I like how that's worded. That sounds great. So
Yeah. What else did I forget?
that was the only other thing I could think of was basically, like kind of the build up to getting into contact with the patient and making the consult, the reminders, the research, the having the spouse or whatever with them. Yeah, I think that sounds like everything that
Yeah, I
we
believe so.
covered.
That we
Yeah.
covered today.
Yeah.
Good. So I'm going to stop recording now, and then once I get that file, I'm going to email it to you. And again, if you have any questions,